She embodies the American dream, rising from humble beginnings to become a Fortune 500 CEO.
Is considered one of the most powerful and influential women in the world. She has led a multi-billion-dollar global brand.
She was the first woman to be the CEO of PepsiCo. She was the first woman of color to be CEO. And
she keeps the brilliant management of a truly global living legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Indra Nooyi.
Welcome to our Aurora Live virtual stage.
What does having it all mean? Okay, define carefully for each person, what is having it all in my brain? Start there. If you want to be in the top 2 or 3 layers of a company, all bets are off when it comes to talking about balance. But as you move to the top of the organization, the whole ball game changes. It's a punishing schedule. And anybody who thinks it's not, think again. Many times I was the only woman in the room because I wanted people to notice me from the quality of my output and what I contributed, not for the fact that I was a female. Focus on the job and focus on your output, and the fact that you're a woman is completely incidental. It's just that you've got an even better way of understanding issues and how it impacts societies. That's what gives you the added benefit of being a woman. You know, I've always said mentors pick you don't pick them. See, mentorship is an unselfish act because if you really mentor somebody very well, they could take your job. So when you mentor somebody, you should not say, I got to be careful not to mentor them too much because I don't want them to get too good. You should mentor them saying, I want them to take my job. Because in any company, leadership development and succession planning is more important than anything else. That's what creates a great company. And so when you start thinking about mentoring people, which is your job as a leader, approach it with the company in mind. The best is to understand the politics, don't play the politics. I would advise anybody, understand lay of the land, where the issues are, the minefields. Don't try to jump into that. Equality is something we should aspire for, but it shouldn't be equality at the expense of whatever else you want to do in life. We have to find the support and play the game like it's required to be played in the top levels. And I say it in a positive way, not a negative way. If you want to rise to the top, think of the support structure you're going to build. If you're not able to build the support structure and you still want to have family and kids, just know the rise may be harder to come by. What I'm talking about is purpose in the company. I think it would be prudent for everybody to link purpose with business outcomes, short, medium, and long term. And if you did that, then it's performance with purpose, not performance or purpose. The thing you have to be careful about is being a CEO is very lonely at the top. But the reality is to run a company and deliver financial results, you have to make tough decisions that not everybody loves. As somebody once told me, Indra, don't sit here wringing your hands about the 10,000 people that have to leave the company. Think of the 145,000 people that are left behind. They have to be successful too. So you constantly have to think through, how do I guarantee the successful future for this company? What tough decisions do I have to make? Some are painful, very painful, but that's what CEOs are supposed to do. Learn as much as you can, get curious, understand the impact of all that on your job or your life. And if you understand more of the issues in depth, you'll find that you develop more optimism rather than pessimism around things. So look at the next decade or so as a glorious time for the curious, for the learning individuals, and for people who love disruption. I look at the world and I say either you're excited or you're terrified. Now, let me tell you the good things about transformational changes coming in the world. You can reset the competitive balance. So if you're not a major player, you can become a major player. So you can look at it with great optimism and say, God, I'm glad there's disruption coming because now we can reset the rules of the game. And so I would look at the world through the lens of great optimism and excitement or fear. And I hope it's 80-20, 80% on optimism and excitement, and only a small percentage on fear. The future is in your hands. How you feel is in your hands.
And we look forward to staying connected with you and learning more from you in the future.
Pleasure talking with you, and thank you very much for having me on.